His individual medley SM9, that's 4 lengths of the pool across the individual strokes, 1 length butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke and front crawl.
Swimmers making their way out onto pool deck. A lot of familiar names to those of us that have watched Paralympic sport over the years. James Crisp from Great Britain there in the front of the shot. Cody Bureau from the USA, another very experienced USA swimmer. This is the S9 class. Number of arm amputees, lower arm amputees. Kalina seems to be the perennial silver medalist in this one. He's never quite managed to get onto the top spot in a major global competition, although he is European champion. Federico Morlacci from Italy, medalist last year in London, but they couldn't catch this man in London or in any other major championship in recent years. The world record holder, Matt Cowdrey. Tamas Soares. What can the Hungarian 100 butterfly champion from London, what can he do? And the champion back in Sydney in 2000, James Crisp. Watch for him on the backstroke. Brendan Hall, he's going to be strong at the back end of this race, the 400-meter specialist. And Martinov from Ukraine completes the lineup in lane number 8.
So Matthew Cowdrey, the Paralympic champion in Beijing, 11th of September 2008. That's when he set the world record, 2:13.60. 3 men this morning all swam 2:21. Morlacci, Cowdrey and Soares in 3, 4 and lane 5 respectively. So all action across the 3 men in the centre of the pool. Oh, absolutely blistering start by Matthew Cowdrey. Looking at the scoreboard, 0.65 of a second. It was away off the starting block. In lane number 5, Tamas Soares setting the scene down the first length though. He enjoys the butterfly. And at the top of the picture, Brendan Hall for Australia going very well. Looks like Hall's in third actually. Morlacci good into the final stroke there as we move into the backstroke.
Yeah, the 100 butterfly champion Tamas Soares, no surprise that he leads them out. Not really known as a backstroker or a breaststroker, so we're hoping for Great Britain's James Crisp to come back into contention, and he is doing with a white hat there in the centre of the picture there. Morlacci, also a very good breaststroker. The Italian in lane number 3, just about it is Tamas Soares hanging on to the lead. Although James says, oh well, the scoreboard just switching around there. Morlacci it is, first to the turn, level with James Crisp, 104.16, dead level there. Tamas Soares, 0.1 of a second behind. Cowdrey down in 5th position at halfway, but now coming through.
Well, they really are all bunching up now. Kalina, and he is the breaststroke specialist in lane number 2, really powering through this third 50. It's the most crucial 50, and that's because breaststroke is the slowest of the 4 competitive strokes. So if he can break away, the swimmers will keep coming in on breaststroke, but he's now swimming the fastest stroke. Front crawl, he's away, and he's going for home, and he's a body and a half clear. Matthew Cowdrey, the front crawl specialist, is trying to come back at the breaststroke specialist. Has he done enough down the third 50? We shall see in just a few moments' time.
Kalina is tired. Cowdrey is coming through, as he always does against the Ukrainian. It is going to be tight. It's going to be very tight, but Cowdrey is going to get there. Cowdrey takes it. 2:17.31. Kalina put everything into it, 2:17.70, 0.4 of a second in it at the end. Morlacci gets the bronze ahead of Tamas Soares and James Crisp. A blanket finish almost for 3rd position, but Cowdrey retains his title, but only just. I said Kalina was the perennial silver medalist to Cowdrey, but he almost broke the jinx there. The Australian was absolutely nowhere when he moved on to the breaststroke leg. The breaststroke was all important for Cowdrey. It's Kalina's strongest stroke, and Kalina, when he turned there onto the freestyle leg, he was tired, but he almost hung on. Cowdrey showed his strength in the closing stages and just nicked it from the Ukrainian.
I love the tactical approach to that race. I did think Kalina may have done enough to hold off, but it really came down to the last 2 meters, or perhaps less than that. And Matthew Cowdrey there just timed it, you could say to perfection, perhaps, but then it is his master stroke. He is the front crawl specialist. He is the world champion. 2:17.